All right, thanks, Lizzie. Welcome, everybody, to Football Fridays. My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm with the Notre Dame Alumni Association. On behalf of our entire team, it's great to welcome all of you to campus for another great football weekend. And we are really excited to have joining us here Ryan Harris. You heard Lizzie talk about who Ryan is and what he does for the university. But he's here this weekend in person as part of the Alumni Association's National Board of Directors. Ryan serves the university in that capacity. So, Ryan, thanks for being here, and thanks for everything you do.
I love being here live. Come on, Mike, we live. Yeah. And hello to all the alumni. Raise your hand if you're an alumni out there. All right, great to be here with my family. Make sure to stay connected to the alumni associations wherever you live. We are a unique group, and it is so great to be back with my family here on campus.
So Ryan and I do a segment called 6 Points with Ryan Harris before every home football game, and we usually do it remotely on Zoom, and you can see it on social media or here at Football Fridays. But we have the opportunity to have this conversation in person right now. So we're going to jump right in and hear about Ryan's thoughts on what it's going to take for the Irish to win on Saturday. Now, we usually start this by saying, well, let's talk about last week. We didn't have a game last week, and so the bye, the open date, is actually a factor in tomorrow's matchup.
Absolutely. Tomorrow they got to find the finish. Hey, who had fun wearing Notre Dame gear the last 2 weeks, right? Raise your hand. Yeah, and so did the players who then went home and got their favorite meal from their mother and their favorite dessert from their favorite cheesecake store, right? All that's gone. Get ready to find the finish. This is a huge opportunity the rest of the season. Find it within yourself tomorrow to go start finishing the end of this season to end up in a great bowl game.
So the Southern Cal game, enormously satisfying for all of us across the country following the Irish. Yeah, let's think about that again, 48-20. So I listened to the second half of the game on the radio. I was there for the first half. I left. I was getting a little uncomfortable after a couple three and outs.
Tight. Yeah, got a little tight
there.
And
I needed a dose of Ryan Harris to get me through the second half. And Ryan, I love the fact that you were calling for us to hang 50 on the Trojans.
Absolutely. Yeah. I said, what was it, like 42 or 45? And they weren't going to go score. I'm like, I don't know about that. That's USC. Might have to put a 50 burger on them, just show them who's boss right now. And but, hey, that's an amazing win, not only for Marcus Freeman, for the players, right? But think about the program. You just beat the reigning Heisman Trophy winner and really cost him some money, and so many players played well. So it was a phenomenal game, and I would have liked to see 52 on the scoreboard. Anytime you can do that to USC, it's good.
For sure. But, the offense and the defense have an opportunity to continue the momentum.
Yeah, they have to, and do it again. So the big thing offensively, there's been a couple lulls in a couple games. Duke, of course, the Louisville game had some lulls. Even in that USC, Mike got nervous. He had to leave. I got nervous. I can't leave. It's my job to stay, right? But you got to be able to come out in that third quarter, put together a long-developed drive, and be able to have the plays and make the adjustments. And then defensively, do it again. 3 picks. The interception by Benjamin Morrison might be the best one you'll see all year in college football. The way he used the sideline, drifted back in, do it again. And that's what they say in the NFL each and every week. You have a great game? Great. Can you do it again? They say it in the NBA, too. A lot of guys can score 35 points in the NBA in one night, but the great ones do it every night. And that's what Notre Dame has an opportunity to do on offense and defense. Do it again and make sure it's not a fluke. This is now the standard.
So the opponent Saturday, the Pitt Panthers, a traditional rivalry game kind of for Notre Dame. We've played Pitt a lot over the years. This year's roster has several familiar names and faces on it. Former Notre Dame players playing for Pitt now as transfers. So talk to us about that a little bit.
Well, first say no to Sebo. I'm a big fan of Sebo Flemister. We talked when he was here on campus. He's the star running back for the Pittsburgh Panthers. They are unbelievable when he's running the football. Don't say hi to him before the game. You cannot have friends before the game. After the game, say hello, remind him of the Alumni Association, how we are everywhere in the world, and whenever he's done playing football, to get connected with his local club. But before that, no Sebo. We're not letting him get any yards. We're not letting him say hi, none of it.
So Shane Simon on the other side is a standout linebacker for Pitt, another Notre Dame grad, played football here for a few years. And we love to see our alumni having success. but maybe not tomorrow between 3:30 and 5:30.
Yeah,
maybe not so much.
We get 3 hours to say no success. Yeah, 3 hours, and then we want all the success for you.
So Pitt has made a recent change at quarterback, and Christian Veilleux now has replaced Phil Jurkovec, former Notre Dame player as well. And Pitt has a different look about them now.
Yes, they absolutely do. Hey, Veilleux can play. Anybody see the Duke game? Raise your hand. I think he might be better than Leonard, who they face. I mean, this kid can throw any ball, and they're going to get some players eventually to match his talent. But he's the single player, Christian Veilleux, that could make this an interesting game tomorrow. He is that talented. So get him on the ground, make sure he's never comfortable at Notre Dame, and start early.
Now, we've got a guy playing quarterback for us that's gone through some changes too. Apparently he shaved his beard and his mustache.
I saw it. Scary.
So talk to us about Sam Hartman.
Well, Sam Hartman, who are you? This is one of the last opportunities Sam Hartman's going to be able to prove his ability as a college football player. Starts with the offensive line, protecting them like they did against USC. It continues with him making throws like he did against USC, against Ohio State. So this is a huge game for Sam Hartman. Yes, it's against Pitt, but this is his second to last game at Notre Dame, if I remember that correctly, right? I mean, this is going to be one of the few times you're playing, probably the last time you're playing without snow on the ground too, which makes it harder for a quarterback. So for Sam Hartman, it's time to shine, prove to the world who you are, do it again like you did against USC.
So, hey, we only have 2 home games left, right? As you mentioned, it's Wake Forest, that's it. The season has gone by so fast. Do the players have a sense of those opportunities sort of becoming fewer and fewer to be in the stadium?
Absolutely. I mean, they get one more bye week, I think. That's right. Yep, they get one more bye week. But when they went home this last week, guys like J.D. Bertrand, Maris Leofau, Howard Cross, it's starting to set in that this is one of their last home games. And by the way, you don't think this is the last time you actually can think as a football player. Because those senior day games, man, you go up there, your mom's crying, she's handing you flowers. You've never told someone you loved them before that wasn't outside of your team. It gets weird early. So this is one of the last times you're going to get to soak it in as a player. And some of these veterans who have given so much to the university, that's it. They'll be joining the Alumni Association like the rest of us, right? They're not going to be getting that key's not going to work at the facility anymore. So enjoy it. And that's the big thing. Anytime you enjoy what you do, you're having fun, good outcomes happen. So hopefully having fun, recognizing one of the few last opportunities here, these graduates and these seniors are going to play their hearts out.
Okay, there you have it. Those are Ryan's 6 points for a big Irish win. Let's put these, Ryan, if all these things happen, give me a final score.
I got 27-7 Notre Dame. All these things happen. That Notre Dame defense is one of the best in the nation, and what they did against USC might go down in history as one of the best performances against a reigning Heisman Trophy candidate.
So we're going to cover but take the under is what I heard you say.
I don't do the numbers. I can't do it. As a former player, I won't look at the over-under. I can't do it, but yes.
Okay, Ryan Harris, everybody. Thanks, Ryan. Ivy, right